Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we're into the 5th episode of the copy trading series. Today we're going to be reviewing how to set up the copy trading bot, which is going to be OdinBot, how it works, best configurations, advanced features, copy trading strategies, and lastly we're going to have a look at how to troubleshoot the most common errors and other interesting settings that you may need. In the last videos we were talking about the copy trading process, which starts with finding the wallets, analyzing them, which we did in the last video, monitoring phase, and lastly the copy trading, which is the most important and funny part because it's where the money is made. To do so, we're going to be using OdinBot, which is going to be the first link in the description, which for me is the fastest copy trading bot on this whole Solana network. And trust me, I've tried endless bots, Trojan, TradeWiz, BananaBot. It's not going to be as fast as Odin. Aside from that, we also have an affiliate program, free alpha wallets, and copy trading pump fund, which are going to be features that we're going to explain later on. The way it works, it's pretty straightforward. Let's start with a very general explanation to later on dive deeper. First thing, this is fully automated, which means that it's going to take care of everything. You don't have to do anything besides putting in the wallet and funding it. It all starts with a mirror wallet, which you're going to copy trade, right? When I say mirror, means the wallet you are going to copy trade. So this wallet is going to perform purchases like buy, sell, which is going to trigger an alert on your OdinBot wallet that it's instantly going to replicate the transaction that the mirror wallet did, which means that you're going to either buy or sell a token. And this happens instantly. On the other hand, you can also do manual copy trading either with Trojan bot, yourself, any other tool. But the problem with this one are the delays, right? Why? First of all, you have a mirror wallet that you're going to be tracking with a bot. Whenever this wallet buys or sells, your wallet is going to get a notification, which means that you're going to rush to your trading bot to either buy or sell a token. In between each step, there is a delay. And remember, when it comes to copy trading, speed is everything. The faster you get in, the better price you will get and the bigger your profit will be. Therefore, you must use OdinBot if you are serious into copy trading. So once you open your OdinBot link, you're going to be presented with this homepage after registering, obviously, and you're going to have to fund your wallet. Once you do, you're going to be presented with this left tab, which is all the settings that we have available. First of all, let's start with the trading size. Here, you can set up a custom fixed trading size, which means how big will your buys be. For example, if I set it to 1, every time a mirror wallet buys, doesn't matter with which size it does with, I'm going to be buying with 1 Solana. And we also have the speed tiers, which are standard, turbo, and godly. But don't worry because we're going to get into them later on. Moving on, we have the mirrors tab, which you're going to add your mirror wallets, which means the wallets that you want to copy trade. So for example, let's say I want to add a mirror wallet. I'm going to click here on the plus button. I'm going to paste the wallet, which I am already copy trading. And you're going to have to give it a tag. Aside from that, you're going to have some stats like when was the last traded time, how many tokens it traded, and the realized PNL. Aside from that, you're going to have some useful buttons like copying the wallet address, view it on Solana FM, SolScan, Bird Eye, and also the wallet performance. Here, you're going to be displayed with all the information that this wallet reported. Keep in mind that the fees are included, which means that this is the net profit. In my case, this wallet made me 0.95 Solanas over the last 14 days. Moving on to the controls tab, let's dive a little bit deeper into each setting. First one, it's allow copying buys. This is straightforward. If it's enabled, your mirror wallet is going to trigger the buy scoping on yours. So you're going to copy each token the wallet buys. By strategy, we have 2 options, which is constant size, which is what we explained at the beginning, and we have scaling size. If we click on scaling size, we're going to have 3 options: the minimum trading size, multiplier, and max trading size. Minimum, pretty straightforward. Multiplier means what percentage of the original position you want to buy. So for example, let's say your mirror wallet bought 1 Solana, right? If your multiplier is 50%, you're gonna buy 0.5. But we also have the max trading size, which means that if, for example, your max trading size, right, which is gonna be MTS, is let's say 0.25 Solana, you're not gonna buy 0.5, but you're gonna buy 0.25 because you are never gonna exceed the maximum trading size. Next up, we have the max buys per mirror per hour, which dictates how many times you're gonna copy trade this wallet per hour, same thing per day. And then we have the token with the same strategies per day and per week. Moving on to the Gen mode, it's a very useful feature when you want to keep a more secure trading strategy. If you enable it, it's going to remove all price protection, but it's not applied to Pump Fund, which means that you're going to be copy trading the mirror wallet regardless of its buying sizes, price impact, and so on. Be very careful, because if you don't know what you're doing, I would recommend you to keep this disabled. Moving on, we have the Pump Fund slippage. Let's explain how the slippage works in OdinBot. Let's say your mirror wallet, which is going to be a W, buys a token called Doge at $1. If your slippage, which is going to be an S, let's say it is 25%, you are tolerating the token's price to be maximum 25% upwards for you to buy it, which means that if the token's price is above $1.25, you're not gonna buy it. Keep in mind that the slippage it's only applied whenever you buy. When you're selling, there is no such thing, and OdinBot will trigger the sale based on market conditions, guaranteeing the best price for you. Therefore, this slippage setting it's pretty useful and really depends on your copy trading strategy. If you want to go into a more aggressive trade, you can increase this limit and also enable Gen mode. But once again, keep in mind that you have to know what you are doing. Otherwise, it's very easy to lose your money. Next on, we have the extra tip on buys, which determines the extra amount of Solanas that you want to put in top of your transaction value to execute your buys faster. Keep in mind that this is based on your original trading size, which means that if you ape with 1 Sol and your extra tip on buys is 10%, you will spend an extra 0.1 Solana to increase the transaction speed. Me personally, I keep it between 1 and 3%, but really depends on the wallet you're copy trading. Moving on, we have the sell strategy, which can be either sell 100%, which means that whenever the mirror wallet sells, you're going to sell 100%, sell proportionally, which means that if the wallet sells 20%, you also going to sell 20%, or you can directly choose not to copy trade the sells. Later, we have the auto sell profile, which means stop loss and take profit, which we're going to dive deeper later on, and the extra tip on sells, which is the same thing as the extra tip on the buys. Next up, we have other configurations like allowing copy trading tokens on Pump Fund, MEF protection, which can be changed from fastest, balanced, and protected, and we have cross-mirror trading prevention. I would like you to quickly invite you to the Telegram group chat, which is going to be the first link in the description, where we share a lot of insights. For example, we share wallets, we share videos, we share tools, and many more things that are going to take you as a beginner to a professional trader. This is absolutely free. You don't have to pay a single penny. So feel free to join. First link in the description. If you want to learn more about these guys, you have the official OdinBot YouTube channel where these topics are explained in a more detailed way. I'm not going to get into them because they require too much time. And also you have the official docs, which also are going to be linked in the description. So feel free to check them. Getting back to the controls, these are the general controls, which means that they're going to be applied to every mirror wallet that you're copy trading. But if you want to override the default controls for each wallet, you're going to have to come to the mirrors wallet, click on this blue button and adjust it as you like. These settings are going to be applied individually so you can have better control of your wallets. Moving on to the next tab, we have the trades, which pretty much is the histories on all your OdinBot trades of the swaps, the mirror, time it happened, and you can also view the platform where this was executed, mirror transaction, and your transaction on SolScan. Same thing, we have the holdings tab, which is going to showcase you all the tokens you are holding, symbol, balance, total price. You can copy the address, view it on Dex Screener, enable stop loss and take profit for this individual token. So for example, let's say that I want to sell, okay, my position, it's an 82% loss. And let's say that when it hits a minus 90%, I want to sell 100%, right? So if I click save order, this is going to trigger a 100% sell whenever the token reaches minus 90% of its original value. If you want to delete it, just click here on delete order, and same thing applies to the take profit. Now let's move on to the auto take profit and stop loss feature, which is very powerful, yet it's still in early access, so keep in mind to use it with caution. The way take profit and stop loss works, it's pretty straightforward. Let's say that you bought token A at price $1 per token, and you want to automatically sell it when it reaches $2, which means 100% price increase. To do that, you would come in here, you're gonna add a profile, you're gonna name it as you want, I'm gonna name it tutorial, and let's add some actions. I'm gonna click on expand, I'm gonna click add rule, and when my position reaches 100%, I want to send 50% of my original position. I'm gonna save it, and let's add another rule to take a quarter of our initial position out when the token reaches a 2x. So let's add another rule. So when my position hits 200x, I'm gonna sell 25%. Keep in mind that these percentages must add up or can't exceed 100% since they are based on your original position. So if I bought, let's say, 1,000 tokens, when it reaches a 2x, I'm going to be selling 500. And when it reaches a 3x, I'm going to be selling 250, which means that I'm going to be remaining with a moon bag of 250 tokens. To apply this auto take profit or stop losses profiles, you would come to the either controls tab or the mirrors tab. You're going to go to the auto sell profile and you're going to select the previously created profile. Once you do, the bot is going to be scouting on the token's price, and it's either going to sell it for a loss or take profit on a win. If you want to learn more about Odin's bot auto sell profiles, once again guys, you have it on the docs, which are going to be linked in the description. Here you're going to find a detailed explanation of how it works, how to set it up, and so on. Alright, now let's move on into some advanced configurations that you can play with OdinBot. To do that, we're going to get back to the trading speed and explain them a little bit deeper. First of all, we have standard one, which is very fast, turbo, which is even faster, and godly, which is usually overkill. As you can see, the price difference between standard and turbo, it's not too big, it's only 0.004 Solanas, but the godly one, it's actually 0.06, which nowadays it's around $10 per transaction, which means that you have to pay $10 to buy and another $10 to sell. So you might be wondering, okay, when should I set each one of them? To explain that, we're gonna have a look at the different type of wallets that we can find out there. First one is going to be type A, which causes a low price impact. For example, let's have a look at this wallet. He bought only one Solana at around $50,000 market cap. I am in the 1 minute time frame, and as you can see, the price impact was not big, which means that the candle was not huge. In these scenarios, you can either use the standard or turbo speed. If you're wondering which one is best, speed price ratio, I would say it's turbo, but if you don't have a big enough portfolio, feel free to use standard, which is still very fast. Moving on to the type B, we have the wallets that cause a mid price impact but are street copy tradable. For example, let's have a look at this wallet who bought 3 Solanas of a token around $100,000 market cap. Keep in mind that I am still in the 15-second time frame, and as you can see, whenever he bought, the price impact was around 10 to 11% within 30 seconds. If you want to get in around this price, you would likely use the turbo mode. Keep in mind that it's only 0.006 Solana, so it's completely worth it. Moving on to the type C, we have those wallets who cause a high price impact. For example, keeping in a 15 seconds time frame, we're gonna see that this wallet bought almost 4 Solanas, and after it did, it caused around a 480% spike within the 30 seconds of this token. Keep in mind that he bought around $90,000, and within 45 seconds it reached almost $1 million. Of course, this is around a 7x, and if you want to get in as early as possible, you either want to use the godly speed or you want to use the turbo. And I also highly recommend putting some extra tip on the buys, around 1 to 5% depending on your trading size. Lastly, we have the type D wallets, which are the ones that are heavily copy traded, which means that they cause a higher price impact whenever they buy a token. A good example of heavily copy traded wallet would be this one. In this case, we are in the 1 second time frame, and as you can see, this wallet bought 4 Solanas at around $40,000 market cap. After it did, the token spiked 200% in 2 minutes. Keep in mind, this is the 1 second time frame. And as you can see, within 2 seconds after token bought, it went up 120%, which means that if you want to get in at the bottom here, at the same time the mirror wallet bought, you would surely have to use the godlike speed. Once again, keep in mind that godly speed it's around $10 per transaction, which means that your portfolio has to be big enough in order to be able to handle it. Moving on to the take profit and stop losses strategy, we're gonna have mainly three. Before diving into them, please understand that this is my subjective view, my opinion, because I say this doesn't have you have to apply it. First of all, we have the secure place, which consists at, for example, taking profit after a 50% pump, right? Which means that, for example, if you take around 75 of your initial position, the remaining 25%, it's gonna be risk-free, which means that you already took your initials out. The rest, it's moonback. Next up, we have the risky tokens, and this strategy really depends on the quality of the traded tokens. If you see that the token it's highly volatile, which means that it has a lot of quick pumps and dumps, you can either stay out of it or trade it very carefully. To do so, you can set a take profit once again around 50% after a 75% pump. To do so, you would come into the holdings tab of OdinBot, click here on view active orders, and you're gonna, for example, let's add when my position reaches 50%, I wanna sell 75% of it. If I save the order, this is automatically gonna trigger once the token Europa pumps 50%. And lastly, we have the risky wallets, which means the wallets who trade very risky tokens. In my opinion, the most important strategy here is having a stop loss. Myself, I set it around 30 to 50% depending on the wallet. And also I set a take profit of 100%, which means a 2x, and I sell my initials, which means 50% of the initial size. Therefore, the remaining bag, it's risk-free. Lastly, we have the OdinBot troubleshooting, which is a very long topic that I'm not going to be able to cover in this video. But if you ever face any error or any transaction fails and you don't understand why, please, first of all, read the docs. You have the FAQ section, which has a lot of the most common questions covered. Check out the Discord server, which I already explained in last video. Here you can create a ticket and we're gonna gladly take care of it. And finally, you have the YouTube videos where we explain basic topics, like for example, the security features that OdinBot has, how does the Solana Mavebot works, cross mirror trading prevention, how to manually sell your positions, how to export your private key, and many more things.